$300 million beyond what the Obama administration requested. Listen.
This lecture on embassy security. The congressman here cut embassy security in his budget by $300 million below what we asked for.
Now, what are the facts here? The spending bill proposed by House Republicans for fiscal year 2012 did reduce the amount for embassy security by over $300 million. Our verdict here is true. The House did vote to cut funding for embassy security, as the Vice President says, but the Democratic-led Senate did restore some of this funding, and the final version signed by the President had bipartisan support for some reduction of funds for embassy security. Now, on the issue of Iran, the candidates argued a lot about Iran today and their nuclear weapons capability, the Iranians. Ryan claims that Iran's ability to make nuclear bombs has quintupled under the Obama administration.
We cannot allow Iran to gain a nuclear weapons capability. Now, let's take a look at where we've come from. When Barack Obama was elected, they had enough fissile material, nuclear material, to make one bomb. Now they have enough for 5.
Now, the facts. The Institute for Science and National Security says when Obama took office in 2008, the Iranians had enough uranium to make 1 nuclear weapon. Now, they have 5. If, and this is a big if they had the capability to enrich the uranium. And to the best of our knowledge right now, the Iranians do not have the capability to enrich uranium or the technology to build a bomb. So our verdict here is partly true, but misleading. Yes, they have more uranium, but ISIS says they do not believe that Iran can make a bomb out of it yet. Wolf.
Just the first of several reality checks that we're doing in the course of our coverage here. CNN's Aaron Burnett watched the debate together with a focus group of undecided voters in the swing state of Virginia. Let's go to Norfolk right now. Aaron's getting some reaction. What is the reaction, Aaron?
You know, it was interesting. I was watching them, and I haven't even had a chance to tell them this, but you all really were on the edge of your seats, and people were very, I mean, you really were. I think it's a fair word to use to describe this. People were very engaged in what was happening here, Wolf. And I think one of the takeaways here that's fair to share is that 71% of our 31 people here who watched this debate, every single second of it, thought that Joe Biden did better than they thought he would, and about 55% of them thought that Paul Ryan did a little bit worse than they thought he would. So that's a key headline to share. But in terms of some of how they rate these people at the end, in terms of a better vision for the future and better solutions for the future, Paul Ryan wins among our likely voters here who are undecided tonight. Won clearly on that. But in terms of does the candidate better understand me and care more about me, Joe Biden won at the end of this over Paul Ryan among the people here. So what was the takeaway all in terms of who won? Well, clear winner, unfortunately, Wolf, I got to tell you, this is a dead heat. A third for Joe Biden, a third for Paul Ryan, and a third are undecided tonight. So let me talk to a few of them, and let's go to the Joe Biden. Those of you who thought that Joe Biden did a little bit better. The conversation here was very heated, I have to say. So let's start with Claudia. You thought Joe Biden did a little bit better than Paul Ryan. Why?
He just seemed to have a better command of the facts and was more prepared with specifics, where I think that Ryan was more, again, several people have said this, he avoided giving specific information. But Joe Biden just seemed very well informed.
Thanks again, though, for giving me this time,
Okay,
making
good.
yourself available.
Right. Okay. Good
All right.
talking.
All right, you have a great night.
Bye.
Bye-bye.